Tonight at 5, a weather alert day brought snow and slippery roads across southern Wisconsin. A closer look at snow totals and what drivers can expect for their evening commute.
Plus, how road crews are keeping up with the cleanup and a few reminders for drivers and property owners as the streets are cleared.
And crews are investigating after 3 people were killed in a house fire in Jefferson County overnight. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5, everyone. After snow caused a messy morning commute, tonight things are clearing up.
Yeah, we had several reports of cars getting stuck on the road, including some of us here at News 3. Crews started plowing city streets around 3 o'clock this afternoon and will work until the night. Be aware that snow emergency parking rules are in place. Residents are asked to park off-street if possible. When it comes to sidewalks, Madison residents have until noon tomorrow to clear snow and ice from their properties. Let's take a look at all the roads now on the 511 map. Right now, there's one slippery stretch north of Madison. That's it. Otherwise, the highways are a lot cleaner than they were this morning.
That is good news. There's been some progress. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio with more on today's snowfall. Gary?
Yeah, and we should say that the main roads are in pretty good shape. It's the secondary roads and side streets that haven't been plowed or were plowed very early on that could still see some slippery areas. Let's start out by looking at Doppler track. The snow is gone. It's moved off to the east. We're just left with a little bit of drizzle and some fog. In fact, visibility right now still 10 miles in Madison, but already less than 2 miles in the Milwaukee metro area, and eventually that fog will continue to expand inland. Temperatures right now are a little bit above freezing. Madison at 33, most areas in the middle 30s, so that's good news, but areas that drop below freezing, like up to the north, Watoma's 31, 32 in Camp Douglas, that's where there could be some freezing drizzle. Here in Dane County, all the reporting stations look like they're just above freezing. 34 right now in Verona and in Sun Prairie, 33 in Deerfield. Look for mostly cloudy skies, some fog, some drizzle, maybe a little freezing drizzle in spots that get below freezing tonight, but right now we're looking for temperatures steady in the middle 30s through the evening. Later on, I'll take a look at how much snow fell and if there's any more on the way for next week.
All right, we'll check back in a little bit, Gary. Thank you. Let's take a live look at road conditions right now.
Our Tahil Moladeen is live driving around Dane County. Tahil, how are the roads?
Well, that depends on where you are, like Gary said. The major roads doing all right, but smaller roads like the one we're here on, one of the side streets, the neighborhoods off of Regent Street. A lot of work yet to be done. A lot of snow still on the ground. More tire tracks than anything, so it's a little bit difficult to get your bearing if you're driving. I, for one, am not driving, so staying perfectly safe right now. But folks from Streets Division say, the reason it takes a while is because there's a lot of road for them to cover, and that means that, they're going to be out here for quite a while, but they've moved on to phase 2, so they're focusing on their roads. So it's likely you'll see their plows on the road, and you'll want to keep an eye out for them.
Certain you're giving them plenty of space to do their job. Don't drive too close to them. Don't crowd them. Don't cut them off. Let them do their thing.
So as I said, major roads like the one we're turning into right now, Monroe Street, pretty clear. So if you're headed home, not going to be too difficult to get around beyond the usual traffic. But once you're heading into your neighborhood, that's when you might find yourself sliding a little bit. But what we always say in Wisconsin, snow equals slow.
That's very good advice. Talil, thank you. Be safe out there. And as we said, heavy wet snow caused major problems for drivers across southern Wisconsin this morning. This was the scene at the I-39-90-94 interchange earlier today. A jackknifed semi slid off the road, and at one point another semi got stuck behind this one, but the area was quickly cleared. And among the agencies coordinating all of those efforts is the Wisconsin State Patrol.
The post that coordinates for a 15-county area in southwestern Wisconsin saw more than 80 incidents already by mid-afternoon. Will Keneally joins us from the post headquarters in DeForest. Will?
So those 83 incidents include a broad swath of responses here. And the duty sergeant for the Southwest region says that includes more than 50 vehicle runoffs and 24 property damage crashes. The State Patrol helps coordinate the response when crashes like that happen.
We've had crashes where you have a lane or 2 blocks, so then that lane gets covered in snow because nobody's driving in it and plowing it. So, we'll coordinate with them to, have a plow come through and plow it open before we open that lane back up, that sort of stuff.
So he added that a lot of the snow response varies storm to storm, depending on the weather conditions, but also when the storm hits and how busy it is. And Morehouse says that the traffic issues got quieter as the snowfall slowed down throughout the day. Reporting from DeForest, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. For people trying to get to work this morning, quite a few people found themselves dialing AAA instead.
Our Catherine Merck spoke to them about their responses this morning. Catherine?
Hello, Mark and Susan. I'm just off of one of the residential neighborhoods near McKenna Boulevard here. And as you can see, the roads are getting plowed here. The residential areas are beginning to look more and more clear. So that might make things a little better for AAA later. But there are still some cars, as you can see here, snowed in that might call for those extra AAA help there. I spoke to AAA earlier, and they say that they're targeting people in the most dangerous areas first. So if you have a battery issue and you're able to get to somewhere safely, you might take a little bit longer to get help than some of the people who might be on a busier road or something like that. The AAA didn't tell me an exact wait time if you call them right now, but they said that they will be busy all day. So if you see these emergency crews out and about, they told me to be on the lookout and help out if you can.
You know, we'd really ask that everyone be on the lookout, both for our crews, for other emergency responders, as well as even just motorists themselves that are finding themselves in trouble on the side of the road.
AAA also says that if you have a vehicle that has four-wheel drive, you still need to leave plenty of distance between other drivers and slow down on your evening commute as you make it home tonight. Reporting live in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. The snow wasn't a hassle to everyone. Many took the opportunity to enjoy the winter weather. You always see somebody on a bike in Madison in the snow. Our photographer downtown caught people walking, biking, and just sort of taking in the pretty winter scene today.
It's very pretty. If you
very nice if you don't have to drive.
Yes.
Yeah. Stay up to date on the latest road and weather conditions on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather.
In other news, fire crews are investigating after 3 people died in a house fire. It happened last night after 12:30 in Watertown. Crews arrived to the house on Western Avenue and found it engulfed in flames. They were told the residents were still trapped inside. Crews tried to rescue them but couldn't reach them because of the intense heat and smoke. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Brittany Griner is back in the U.S. after being released from Russia in a prisoner swap. The 2-time Olympic gold medalist was arrested in Moscow in February on a drug possession charge. She was exchanged in a prisoner swap for notorious Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout. He was serving a 25-year sentence on charges he conspired to sell tens of millions of dollars in weapons that U.S. officials said were to be used against Americans. Meanwhile, former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan remains jailed in Russia after the Biden administration's efforts to also free him failed.
Hostile, weak foreign nations taking Americans prisoner and holding them as hostages. This has to stop, and my brother needs to come home.
President Biden has promised to keep working on Whelan's release. Russian President Vladimir Putin said the prisoner swap involved compromises, but that more trades are possible in the future.
Senator Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona announced today she is leaving the Democratic Party and registering as a political independent. The first-term senator confirmed she will be keeping her committee assignments, and the move was a better reflection of her values. The move comes just days after Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock won Georgia's runoff election, adding to the Democrats' narrow majority in the Senate. Sinema joins 2 other independents in the Senate, Bernie Sanders of Vermont and Angus King of Maine, both of whom caucus with the Democrats. Governor Tony Evers has announced Department of Health Services Secretary-designee Karen Timberlake is leaving the position. Her last day will be January 2nd. Secretary-designee Timberlake joined the administration at a pivotal time in the pandemic, just as the vaccines were starting to be distributed. With her help, Wisconsin saw one of the most successful vaccine rollouts in the nation. Timberlake's replacement will be announced in the coming days.
Well, Madison is often called one of the best cities to live in the U.S., but for people of color, it can be far from it.
As Nicole Herzog explains, a new city initiative is working to change that. Nicole?
Yeah, city officials tell me a new work group within the city's Equal Opportunities Commission offers a moment to pause and reflect on the harms done to people of color in Madison. For some, it's a tale of two cities.
And so you see on certain sites like Madison being presented as the best place to live for young millennials and also the worst place to live for a Black person.
That's why the Equal Opportunities Commission is forming a group of volunteers to initiate a truth and reconciliation process for the city.
It's not an adversarial process to explore how certain policies or certain practices in the past have led us to be one of the most as far as racial disparities, one of the worst cities in the United States to live in.
How they'll go about it is up to the group. Alder Brian Benford imagines they will put on presentations about racial injustices and help inform policymakers make decisions.
We have to allow ourselves as a city, as a community, to pause and take that deep dive and to reflect.
But for Madison activist Iomi Obuse, she says these first steps have to be followed by action.
Let's do something about it. Like, we know that problems exist here.
3 main things Obuse wants to see fixed: affordable housing, transportation, and jobs. Issues that directly affect the entire city.
Black issues aren't just Black issues. Everything that affects our community affects everyone.
We should all recognize that for Madison to reach its full potential and to be the model city that we all hope, that it has to be a city for everybody, regardless of your racial background, your zip code, or who you are.
The city is still actively looking for volunteers for the group, and those interested can email Alder Benford or EOC Chair Corinda Rainey Moore.
Nicole, thank you. Up next, Gary takes us a closer look at the snow totals.
And we'll check back in with Talil for the latest road conditions next at 5. But later, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile makes its way through Wisconsin this week. We'll have details on that. It's always fun to see that, isn't it? Coming up at 6.
And on Wall Street, another down day, marking the worst week since September. The Dow Industrial's off 305, the NASDAQ down 77, the S&P 500 down 29. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm. Please send me more." It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it. I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines, like, it's amazing.
You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself, I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At 6, the snow is over, but we'll see fog, drizzle, and freezing drizzle. I'll let you know if the roads will get slick.
Then driving in the snow can be dangerous. AAA shares their responses and driving tips tonight at 6.
The first winter storm of the season.
You can see the precipitation area expanding pretty rapidly.
And the First Warn weather team helped you stay prepared for snowy conditions.
Those roads are going to be very treacherous.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. First Warn weather, only on News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Let's head back out onto the roads for another look at the current conditions.
Our Tahlil Moeddin joins us again. Hi, Tahlil, where are you now?
Hi, Mark and Susan. Right now, we are on Midvale at a red light, but the roads right now are pretty smooth, pretty easy sailing when it comes to kind of these major roads. Midvale over here by the Beltline, that's what the city has been prioritizing since even before the snow officially hit the ground, salting those, so they're looking pretty good right now. The traffic that you see now is just the usual Friday night commute this time of day. Now, when it comes to the side streets, that's a different story. A lot of snow yet there. A lot of those streets haven't been touched just yet, but city leaders or city workers, those plowers, started hitting those roads about 2 hours ago. But that's going to be a huge undertaking for them. Going to take about 10 more hours, really, to get that done. But they do have about 150 plows on the road, so they are, in fact, hard at work.
All right, Tahlil, thank you.
Thank you.
Like, where's Waldo? Where's she?
We'll find her throughout the show. So how much snow did we get across the Madison area? Here's Gary. Hi, Gary.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of the snow totals. The heaviest totals were west of Madison, west of Dane County. Mount Sterling in Crawford County, 7.5 inches, 7 inches in Spring Green. Mount Horeb, about 6.5 inches. Boscobel, Northern Grant County, 6 inches. Here at the station, we had 5.5 inches, and the airport on the northeast side of town had a little over 4 inches. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, La Crosse, almost 5 inches. Laval did hit 5, but Dodgeville was a little over 4. Beaver Dam to the east and northeast, about 3.5. 3 inches in Portage and 3 inches in Sullivan, which is in the far eastern edge of Jefferson County. And as we look at high-resolution radar right now, really, there might be a flake or two of snow out there, but for the most part, we're just looking at drizzle, which really isn't picked up that well on radar. We'll have to keep an eye out on temperatures to make sure that we don't have any freezing drizzle, but you can see how rapidly the snow just kind of collapsed and headed off to the east during the early afternoon hours. But now we have a fresh cover of snow through much of the state. Oddly enough, Door County in northeastern Wisconsin doesn't have any snow on the ground, but pretty much the rest of Wisconsin has at least a couple of inches of snow on the ground. 3 things you need to know: with temperatures near or above freezing, that means that snow cover will start to melt. It'll be a slow process. I don't think we're going to lose all of it anytime soon, but as that melts, it'll lead to fog and then also some drizzle, certainly off and on with the fog, but any areas that see temperatures drop below freezing could see some freezing drizzle. I think that's more likely north of Madison. And then for next week, we have a system that'll bring us rain on Wednesday, changing to some light snow Wednesday night and Thursday. That's when our next chances for any accumulating snow is possible. Right now, temperatures just barely above freezing in Madison. North of Madison, they're below freezing, so that's where freezing drizzle could be an issue. Elsewhere, those temperatures mainly in the middle 30s, and these aren't going to change very much overnight. Fog reducing visibility to less than 2 miles in Milwaukee and Waukesha. The fog will gradually continue to spread across much of southern Wisconsin. Then as we head into that system next week, like I said, it looks like mainly rain on Wednesday, and the changeover to snow won't take place until Wednesday night and Thursday. One of the future track computer models shows about 2 to 4 inches of snow. The other, less than an inch of snow. I'm not looking for a major system, but there will be a period where we could see some light snow, and then after that, we'll turn colder with widespread snow across much of the Midwest. Planning your night, look for a low temperature of 35 in Fitchburg, 34 in Sun Prairie, 36 in Belleville. But again, these temperatures will stay nearly steady for much of the night across the rest of Dane County, 35 in Oregon, 36 degrees in Mount Vernon, 36 for the low in Janesville, and 37 degrees in Lone Rock. As we look at the high for tomorrow, not going to go up very much. From the mid-30s tonight to 37 for high tomorrow, but that'll lead to fog and drizzle and perhaps even a light rain or snow shower in the afternoon. That will end tomorrow evening. Fog lingers into Sunday, and then clouds stick around for much of the rest of the week. But notice rain develops Tuesday, maybe mixed with a little snow in the afternoon, and then and then that changes to rain on Wednesday, and then back to snow on Thursday. Temperatures turn colder by the end of the week and into the weekend. Look for high temperatures to drop back into the 20s. As we check out first warn traffic right now, here's the view of the Beltline at Stoughton Road. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions, although you notice the road is wet. As long as temperatures stay above freezing, we should be okay. Not seeing any problems on the Beltline. I-39, 90, 94, east side of Madison. Looks like a bit of a slowdown on Stoughton Road around Flom Road. Otherwise, about a 16 to 17-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the Interstate. 26 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-39, 90, and then middle to Sauk City, US 12 is a 17-minute trip. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue, and US 151 takes you 20 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. A quick reminder to download our First Warn Forecast Weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
The clock is ticking now for holiday shoppers, and if you missed out on Black Friday or Cyber Monday sales, it's not too late to save and shop. After tracking December deals for nearly 2 decades, RatherBeShopping.com found some big dates to keep in mind. On December 10th, that's tomorrow, expect discounts on laptops and toys. The 12th through the 15th are good for video games and consoles. The 14th is the day many retailers offer free shipping by Christmas Eve, often with deals on clothes, shoes, and kitchen items.
You find it at a good price, you probably want to snatch it up. So if you wait, you might end up having to go on eBay and spending way more than you should.
And if you're looking for a new TV and you can wait until after Christmas, James says you could find good deals in late January and early February, especially if you want something on the higher end.
And it's that time of year, the chance to treat yourself and indulge in all things sweet for the holidays. Wise Voter dug up some data on America's favorite Christmas treats and found this year it's going to be a cheesy one. The results show a majority of U.S. states favor cheesecake as their top Christmas treat, followed by sugar cookies. Hot chocolate appears to be a top favorite across the country as well, making the list for most states in their top 5 favorites. Now I'm hungry. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Need cleaning supplies? Menards carries top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, get a $10 rebate on qualifying purchases of $40 or more of these and other brand name products from Procter & Gamble. Give your bathroom an update with Pfister. Pfister creates thoughtfully designed faucets like this Henlo bathroom faucet. Its spot defense keeps it fingerprint and water spot free. Get yours today. Now on sale for $84.99. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons. To help you take walks again. To ease your pain. To rebuild your strength. And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care. We care about you. You.
You. They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, Just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Watching a volcano erupt is a bucket list item for some people.
Tina Kraus shows us now that there's a way to get a front row seat to a river of boiling lava without the risk of getting hurt.
Volcanoes in the land of fire and ice are known to draw huge crowds, with spectators often hiking miles to get close to the lava. Now, this new tourist attraction in Iceland is giving lava lovers the excitement without any risk.
It's real lava, actual real live lava.
Eleanor and her family came all the way from Colorado to see the show.
And it's so hot that you have to wear these glasses when they pour it down the spout.
The ice is instantly be turned into steam. It's pushing up through the lava and forming these bubbles.
Furnaces remelt lava from one of Iceland's volcanoes that blew more than 100 years ago, sending red-hot molten lava down a chute and into a showroom.
You can probably get much closer to the lava in a situation like this, much more so than you could in a real eruption.
It was really beautiful. I can see why a lot of people would be drawn to it, or really attracted by it.
The spectacular sight was so exciting for Eleanor. She documented the unique adventure on social media.
You get all the sights and sounds and smells, but of course, because the lava that we're melting here has already erupted, any toxic gases and stuff have left.
Leaving only a sense of wonder for tourists who keep on coming. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Iceland has 32 active volcanoes, the highest number in Europe.
Very cool. Final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything, like your future in-laws?
Hope you like cats.
I hope your parents like me. They're whispering.
The kitties like her.
Oh, can they tell I'm allergic? Tears of joy.
Welcome to the family.
Like knowing where you stand? When it comes to your credit score, you can with Wells Fargo.
At McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking for all the advanced features or something with a lower upfront cost, with Rheem heating equipment, you can stay comfortable even in the most uncomfortable situations.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today, serving Dane County for over 45 years.
There are still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu Steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meat.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now, choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles. Lock in your rate, and you're protected. I'm proud of you, kid. And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months.
He was the local kid who loved to make people laugh. Now learn how Chris Farley found his comedic voice right here in his hometown. Madison Magazine takes you inside the early years before the world met Chris. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
On this Friday night, Brittany Griner lands back in America after nearly 300 days in Russian captivity. The new details about why Griner cut her hair to avoid freezing. Plus, our exclusive with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, why she is warning that data on America's teens could end up in the hands of the Chinese government. And we go on the road with the triumphant return of the dancing grannies. That's all tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
Got to tune in for that. Here's one last live look at the roads. As you can see, some side streets are still snow-covered and pretty slippery.
You know, it's going to take a couple hours to get everything cleaned up, so be sure to take your time. Drive carefully on your way home. We'll have more live coverage on the roads and the weather coming up tonight at 6. But before we leave you tonight at 5, a final check with Gary.
Yeah, the other issue might be fog and some drizzle or even freezing drizzle depending on temperatures. There's the live view of the Capitol. Not seeing much fog in downtown Madison right now. And the last of the snow is pretty much out of southern Wisconsin, maybe a few flurries toward Milwaukee and Waukesha counties, but visibilities there are noticed down to less than 2 miles. Here in Madison, still 10-mile visibility at the airport, starting to see some light fog across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures are critical as to, if we get drizzle, if it's below freezing, then you could see some freezing drizzle, but right now 36 in Janesville, 34 Lone Rock, even 33 at the Bear Boudels Airport, but up to the north, 32 in Camp Douglas. Madison barely above freezing at 33. It's 34 in Belleville and 34 degrees in Cross Plains. Look for mostly cloudy skies this evening. Temperatures holding nearly steady. They're above freezing. At least you don't have to worry about freezing drizzle, but you'll have to worry about the fog.
All right, thank you. Thanks for your help, Mark. You are on vacation.
See you in a couple weeks.
Have a great couple weeks off. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you back here at 6.